Hey, all right. So I am now on the line with a Mr. Jazzy Ruiz, who is an award-winning Latin dancer, instructor, as well as choreographer. You've been teaching, you've been instructing, teaching for at least the past 20 years. Is that right?
That's correct, sir.
Hey, wonderful. And then you opened up your Latin dance club in 1999, and it is currently the largest salsa and Latin dance organization in Norway. Is that proper?
Yes, that's correct.
I wanna I wanna thank you so much, Mr. Ruiz, for coming on the show. I really appreciate that, sir.
Appreciate the invitation. Thank you for having me,
Of
Terence.
course, of course. So, normally how I like to start this out, Mr. Ruiz. I've never had the opportunity of visiting Norway, so I'd absolutely love to hear from you. Know, what was your childhood like? I guess were you born and raised in Norway?
No, actually, was born and raised in Guatemala.
Okay, believe my lads.
Eh,
Okay,
yes, my family is we are very mixed. So we are actually uh, indigenous from Guatemala. 60% of the population is indigenous, but actually we are mixed with Spanish. I believe we have some Italian and German there. It's just a big mix. We have people from Africa. So yes, but I was raised there, and I left to Europe when I was between 18 and 19 years old, and that was in 1999. And I just came for actually vacations. Actually, I graduating and from my bachelor degree in marketing or my higher education in marketing and dance. So I was studying both things, and I came to visit a family member, and I had only 3 months to stay here. And from in Norway, from Guatemala to Norway, actually I have a lot of experiences. I started dancing at 5 years old, and I got opportunity actually to get interview and get to know a lot of people in the community, and interviewed by the rector of the Norwegian College of Dance. I was here dancing, making shows with my dad, and it was a Christmas party. And the director approached to me. It's like, we like to study here. I performed in the dance school for the Christmas show, and they liked the show. We did salsa, and like, yeah, we open inscriptions here for international students, and we need more men, and we need to include people from other cultures. So are you interested? I said, yeah, let me think about it, but I was not sure because I was here just for vacation, not to stay. And my plan was to actually go to Guatemala and keep dancing and go to university. Hopefully becoming a doctor or architect. I have this interest. And the funny thing is that the the rector of the school of the college started calling my dad. And it's like, you have to convince your son because it's a golden opportunity. He's just 19, and at 23 he can be a professional dancer. So okay, then finally I meet up with her, did the interview, and I don't know, I got a hunch. Then I signed up the papers, went back to Guatemala, get my things, say bye, get my visa. So I have a visa for studying and working, and I started. And as soon as I started, uh, I thought, okay, why not? I'm gonna be dancing jazz, ballet, modern, tap, Spanish dancing, everything, pedagogic, uh, art, everything is performing. It's a performing school, very complete. So what I did is that my schedule was from 7 in the morning to 5, and after 5 the students were like, yeah, yeah, available. So I was actually, I said to the director, why don't I rent the studio and start my salsa classes? That was like 3 4 months after I started. And she told me, yeah, but you have to pay rent. And the rent was too high for me. Student, I didn't have so much money. So I said, what about if I clean it? I clean the school, I clean the toilets, yeah, okay, if you clean it, you can start. And then we have money, you start paying. And I started, and not having any resources. So I started doing my flyers and my posters and putting around the city, dance classes here, in photocopy and the office of the, of the school. And my first beginning course was 10 people, and then after 10 people, I did like a season of 12 weeks, 12 hours. Then I put the next level, and so on. And I started from there.
Okay, okay. I want to go back to your childhood. So, tell me, you said a lot right there, man. So tell me, growing up in Guatemala, man, how important was music growing up in your household?
Yeah, that was actually a definitive factor. Why I actually got interested in this, because my family always have interests, and they were inclined to music, dance, singing. So all of them have artistic inclinations, and some of them are pretty good. Um and the biggest inspiration was my family and my mom, because she went to the United States, studied dance, and came back and met my father in doing a show. Got pregnant with me, and but that time actually they were they were actually planning to do something together with dance. And in 1982, my mom opened the first Latin dance school academy called Ritmo Latino. And then by the time I was like 5 to 6 years old, my mom was like, "Hey, let's dance and try it." I was surrounded by music and instruments and people dancing, and I was pretty shy. I was the kind of nerdy kid, very skinny, that did a lot of antisocial, and I didn't like it at all. But what I discovered is that in my room, when I lock my room, I put music and start dancing and moving, and I actually trying to copy what they were doing, but I didn't want anybody to see me. And one day, after like some period, like some months, one day, my mom, instead of knocking on the door, just opened the door of my room and found me dancing. I said, "Okay, this is not what it looks like. It's like, come here. You should be dancing." So she took me to the dance studio, and the party started dance with me and try stuff like that. So that was a biggest inspiration. Yeah, but actually I didn't like in the birthday parties or family reunions. Everybody was dancing, like, "Come on, dance," and I was like, "No." So she found out that actually I was trying to dance, and I don't know. I had a inclination for that, and but I thought it was just temporary. And I was focusing on my studies. I was really good at my school. Some of the best in my classes. I have always very much discipline in that, and that's actually was my family, my mom. It was actually the biggest inspiration for me to start dancing like that. Music always being a big passion
Let
of
me
mine.
let me let me ask you this. I really want to hear from you. Going back to when you were 5, 6, or 7. If you remember, I would love to hear from you. Do you remember what your beginner stage was like?
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, my beginner stage. Number one is I have a little mental blockings because of I thought this dancing was like I didn't understand it, and the thing is that my mom wanted me to teach me Latin dance, wanted to teach me a little bit of jazz. I saw my mom dancing all the time and trying to understand what that's about. So my beginner stage that I couldn't do the basic correctly. My mom was like, I could step and I have rhythm, but my body movement was not there. So I remember I lack coordination. The basics were not there. I was like I got a little bit upset when I couldn't do it. But I'm pretty much the kind of guy that like I'm very stubborn and I don't give up so easily. I'm like I'm gonna do it. So my beginning stage it was very awkward. Many of us experience that we don't want to do things hard and that are hard, and many of us don't want to do things that makes us uncomfortable. And my mom and being in front of people dancing made me very uncomfortable. Yes, so that was my beginning stage. But I started liking it. I started to get a hang of it. So what I did, just watch, try to do a little bit. I said no, no, no more. I stopped. But then I went to my room and started repeating it, like for myself. But I needed like to assimilate, to digest that, so I can actually break it down and the way and the pace without the pressure of doing it in front of people. That was actually what I did in my beginner stage.
I think that definitely can be beneficial. Um, you know, being by yourself and practicing it, not having to be concerned about what others think and everything.
Exactly.
I definitely understand that. Let me ask you this real quick, man. For people out there who are new to a skill, whether it be dancing or a new hobby, whatever it may be, and just like you, they're finding it difficult in that beginner stage. What advice, what words of wisdom could you offer them?
Yeah, first of all, it's like when you're exposed to dance and you like it, you develop like a sense for it, and you start saying, okay, I really want to have to continue with this. It's very important also that if you focus number one, and it's very important about realize why do you like it, why am I dancing. You see, actually, that's one of the things I ask myself: why I'm still doing this? You see, why am I dancing? Yeah, I like it. Yeah, but that's very superficial. What is it that actually does to me, and what makes me move? It makes me happy. It's a good exercise, or you really it's because you have it in you. You have like really start developing a connection to that. So it's very important. Number one, connect the dots. Why are you dancing? And discover how do your brain and your mind, or I mean your body and your mind works together. Find a system, and that's what I instinctively, without knowing, I was doing the right in relation to finding a way that I can learn myself. So I was taking classes with my mom and everything, but the best time is when I was alone and I break it down. So get to know yourself, how you work and how you can simulate best, and have the insight actually to just take what you learned in class and go and work it by yourself. Stay in the mirror, spend some time, put the hours and put the work. Doesn't matter where you are in your development. If you're like a kid like me when I started it, or a teenager, or you discover when you're like already an adult in your 20s or 30s, that doesn't matter. But actually, it's very important. Understand, discover how your brain learns, how your body learns. You make that connection, understand yourself. What is the teaching and what is the method and what is the way you learn best? Without any pressure, without feeling uncomfortable, you need to find your space. When the dance floor, music, and the dance. And that's actually when you discover that how you work, that's when the developments start happening. Yes, that's my best advice. Number one. For beginners, also, that's about the personal development, like how you connect yourself to actually how you work, before how you work, and take classes, study. The best is you can try different dances until if you like many types, or if you want a specific one. Very important, find a teacher that actually resonates with you, because not every teacher is gonna you're gonna receive the same connection. A teacher make you feel comfortable, because a mind that is comfortable is relaxed, and if you're relaxed, you're open to learn. Choose one and stick to it for a while. But the time being, try to get the best out of the hours. Take the classes and spend some time on repeating the classes. So I mean that we can call it practice, but in research, yeah. Once you research, very important. You can move from take other classes with other instructors, explore, be curious. Yes, and if the teacher doesn't work for you, or you're not really feeling comfortable, you're learning anything, try to try different things until you find the one and stick to it for a good period of time until you reach a level. Very important to have a strong base. Work on your basics. I mean, no basics, no dance. That's it. Very important. And a dancer is only good as its understanding. So a lot of people say like, this is difficult, this is easy. I don't think this is the right way to go about when it comes to art and dance. You should be actually thinking, do I understand or don't I understand? The rest is just repetition. Yes, that's yeah, one on one how you can get a good base. If you have a good base, from there, everything you put on top is gonna stand.
Hey, real quick, let me ask you this, man. I hear this knocking in the background. You know what that is?
I hear it too, but I think it's temporarily. I think it's actually the neighbor that actually is putting something on the wall.
Okay,
Is
okay.
it very loud? Is it very loud?
If it's out your control, if it's out your control, don't worry about it. We'll make it work.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not really me. Yeah,
Yeah, I understand. No worries. Okay, so let me ask you this real quick, man. We're talking about, we talked about you growing up in Guatemala and everything, man.
yeah.
And you spoke on it earlier. You spoke on, moving to Norway and getting involved in everything, man. But tell me about that first year where you were cleaning the dance school, trying to just make money, trying to get classes. Tell me about what that was like for you, transitioning from your home country of Guatemala going to a completely new country and just trying to make a living. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I was pretty hard because number one, as I said, it was not planned at all. I was there just for vacation. Yeah, and after 3 months, I was supposed to go back. So number one, it was a cultural shock. I mean, from the tropical lands of Latin America with the sun, we don't have winter, we don't have snow, we don't have autumn. We just like Guatemala is called the country of the everlasting spring for a reason. So when I came here, I was like, what I got myself into. That was the first thing. Second, okay, I just say yes. I signed the paper. I confirmed with the college, talked to the director. I was like, now it's no way back. Let's see what it's about. But I was bracing myself for impact, and I knew. I started feeling the first weeks here, the first month here. This is gonna be more challenging than I thought. Then, of course, we didn't speak the language, but locally I speak English. And the food, the weather, the people, I didn't understand. People were weird here. Food was bad in relation to what we have in Latin America. I'm sorry, all Norwegians. If you some of you are listening to this and your food, you cannot compare it to our food. I'm sorry. And then I was like struggling what to eat. My dad took care of me. I was living with him, and I didn't have a bed, so sometimes I sleep in the floor on the sofa for a long period of time. But I was willing to do the sacrifice because I committed myself. Okay, now I jump to the horse. Now I ride it. So it was the mentality here is totally different. You see, it's not like I was in Guatemala and planning. Okay, in 1 year I'm gonna move to Norway. I'm gonna research more. And I'm gonna prepare myself, and I know what to do. I took a decision way beforehand to move to this country. No, it was just spontaneous, happened in a matter of a couple months, and I was already there, ready to start a new life. And it was very tough. It was very tough, especially when I was here. Actually, I got my visa 11th of August 1999. I remember, and then by November it was already very cold. I was not used to this, even though I've been traveling when I was a kid, but nothing like this. The country is beautiful. I mean, by that time already knew that it's one of the most stable countries in the world. High economy, high standard of living. But being a student, you don't get so much perks. So here the state pays your education and give you some money to actually eat and buy some books, and then you pay it back. It's like a loan. They have a loan system here, so it's actually very good. That's why the school is actually it's private at that time, and only 30 people can get in. Up, from I don't know 300 people. That only 30 people, and the 30 people has to be together for 3 years. So it's not like you can meet new people. So that was hell because as much as I like my co-students, my classmates. So that was tough. That was tough. I didn't understand the language, and I I experienced discrimination and a lot of racism for being the only Latino in the school. It was one guy from Sweden, and it was five guys and 20. We were five guys and 25 girls. One guy from Sweden, four Norwegians, and the rest girls. So, totally different system of education. I had my complete education in Guatemala, but nothing like this. I didn't understand anything. And the rector told me, listen, you have 6 months and you have to be speaking Norwegian. That's it. After that, the class is going to be in Norwegian. And some of the classes during that period, they were in Norwegian. I was like, what the hell is going on? So I started recording it with a little and go back and try to translate myself or ask people and like that. My characters were low just because of the language barrier and understanding barrier. But when they start in the dance classes, that was my thing. Okay, let's go. So ballet class, 1.5 hours, jazz dance, modern dance, break, art history, dance history, music, singing, and off, and then so on, so on. So it was three things: a new country with no understanding of that, the language, and of course the I put myself out of my comfort zone totally. That was really tough. So after I started my dance school, it was a way for me to reconnect with what I left behind culturally. I started missing a lot in my country and the dance there, everything back there. So actually, I wanted to actually say, they have every single dance here, but they don't have salsa. And I know it's good for you. People are a little bit, they have different mentality. I don't mean in a negative way, but they have their own mentality here. They are cold. They are not like us in Latin America. They're like really open and warm. They are not. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be good for the country. Number two, I don't want to be like any immigrant here to come and take from the country. A lot of people come here and just because if you don't work and everything, they're gonna give you money. That's what Norway is. So they pay the bills, you have a residency or your visa, and then you apply, and then you can just don't work for years, and the government give you money to live, pay your bills, and then you are totally useless. And I didn't want to be that kind of immigrant, and I don't want to be that kind of Latino here. So I was like, get to work. I never like to be poor, so I make some money to actually have a better quality of life and start from there. And the toughest thing also about my day, one day, 7 in the morning, finish at 5 in the afternoon, and then half an hour break until 9, 10. Under the snow, my aching in my body, let us sleep. But I was young as is. If I have to grind, now is the time that I'm young. So that was, I remember. By the first year, I was crying. I cannot do this anymore. I was getting burned out. It's worth it. You need to push it forward. And like I tell you, I'm very stubborn. Either I do this or I do this. So I push myself to the limit.
Let me ask you this real quick, man. You had to overcome quite a lot of things, man, moving to Norway, man. You spoke on the discrimination. You spoke on missing your own culture, having to learn a new language in such a short amount of time. So many things you had to overcome. Let me ask you this, man, for someone who is hesitant, who is scared to, take that risk, take that jump, make that journey, whatever it may be in life, man. What advice can you give them? What worked for you to overcome all the obstacles you had to initially face?
Yeah, it's very important to have an insight where you are in life and focus on the now. Where is my situation? How is my economy? How is my life in general? And if you have inclination, you want to, you might. It's not enough to put a goals. It's good to have a goal without action is just a dream, and it's a lot of people just dreaming. So it's very important that you focus yourself in thinking how I see myself, where I see myself in 5 years. Do I love this enough? Take time to reflect often and to push through. It's very important that number one, you follow your feeling, you follow your heart, but also take your brain with you. So if you put something like I would like to do this, I would like to do that, when life doesn't come with instructions and it sometimes just throw things at you. And the worst thing is to self-doubt and stay in the same place. If you like something, stay in the same place, not taking action. You might regret it, but you took action. So I was actually I just free dive. I just jump out of the airplane without parachute. And I was just jump. So I'm telling you, I tell you anybody, just jump. Life will happen for you, and life is happening for you, not happening to you, it happening for you. But if you're willing to take that chance, you see, it's very important. When opportunity comes like that, that is a big change. You might be ready, but when are we ready, really, for anything? I mean, if you plan, you might prepare, but eventualities always come. So the most important is that you take action and don't think so much about your fears, because we worry so much. It's like, but yeah, where I'm gonna eat, and if I move to this country, I'll take this school, I'll take this job, how it's gonna be here and there. We put so much things into our table, and we forget sometimes the focus. It's like a pilot flying that is afraid flying a plane that is have no experience, have a little bit of training but no experience. So many buttons and worry about the gadgets and the altitude and speed and everything. You know what? Sometimes in life you just need to grab the joystick and fly the plane. That's all. And if you have the courage to do that, things will open up for you. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy at all, because it's never easy. But you need to commit. You need to commit and just really focus at. You have to believe that it's gonna. Believing is everything for me. That is gonna go, and take time. Go fast, but take time to break and stop and think. Where am I going? Often, you see. So that's actually now I think I see it like that, because now I'm 42. At that time, I was just like, I closed my eyes and jumped, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it. We think too much sometimes. We overthink. We're like, we put more focus into what makes us afraid and worry than what actually pushes forward. Many of us do that, and it's a common thing with just people. But comes opportunity, take it. Sometimes we think too much, and the opportunities pass, and then life happens, and then time happens, and life and time is not gonna wait for you.
That's
Simple.
right.
We all know that. So yeah.
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 No, I definitely understand that. I
Yeah.
definitely like you said, we tend to sometimes overthink things, try and over prepare. And sometimes it's just best just to do it. So I definitely understand that, man. Let me ask you this. Two questions. First question, what year did you move to Norway? You remember?
1999.
Okay, so 99. Okay, so follow question then. So you moved to Norway in 1999. Tell me, after encountering all those obstacles which you described earlier, at what point, at what year did you start to feel like you had made it, like you started to understand things? Like, when did you start to feel that things were going in your favor, if you understand me?
When It was when I started to grow up my Latin dance school, and I finished my first year. And the funny thing is that in the year 2000 was it, that it was my birthday. My dad gave me a present to go to. I was dancing salsa. I was dancing. I didn't leave the salsa. I was like trying to use what I learned in the school and put it into salsa and to put it into my culture. How to translate technique and start doing things and like that. And I was spending time like a kid. I remember back, back when I was a kid, how I actually learned. So I was like, yeah, what did I do right? I spent time alone dancing. And it was so many types of dance. I was dancing a lot, and the few hours that I have free time on the weekends. And what happened is that I needed to break through from just being a student and living out of the government money that they give you to survive. I was wanted to make my own way. I realized we have a meeting at choosing career. After 1 year choosing career, I started guiding us in the school and the college. Um, what are you gonna be working after you finish this education? And my classmates, yeah, I'm gonna do musicals. I'm gonna go to Broadway, or I'm gonna go to a national ballet. I'm gonna do theater pieces. I'm gonna be choreograph. I'm gonna be backup dancer for a part. Everybody has like, I'm gonna put my own dance school. Like, yeah, but the average, everybody wants to go to auditions and do musicals. And that people, if you don't really know one of the best, you will eat noodles the rest of your life because you're gonna be poor. It's so much competition, and it's not a stable job. You get one job. It's like an actor. You get a role for a movie, and then it's like 1 or 2 years until you get the next one. Maybe if you break through, there's always somebody going to be better than you. Somebody going to be the same level. Somebody is not as developed as you. So I was like, this is not going to fly for me. Mm-mm. What am I going to do? Just go to auditions and see what happens and put all my livelihood depending on that? I said no. So when things turned is that when I started my dance school and I went up to 100 students, then I started to miss it. And then I was a rich kid. From the poor kid from around, then I was a rich kid.
So wait, real quick. How long did it take you to get 100 students?
1 year. 1 year. Yeah. Personally, I remember because I make a close to Christmas after 1 year. I actually make a big party with my students. So that's what I remember. It was like my first big party. So back to when I started talking about my father gave me a present to go, a present to travel somewhere. My father had a friend in Germany called Franco, and he bought me a ticket to go to a salsa congress so I can perform. I have my dance partner. It's like, oh, thank you. It's like, I'm just gonna perform. The friend was, okay, just because your song, this is only for the stars, people like, already established people like the Vasquez Brothers, Tropical Jazz, Super Mario. I met everybody there in 1999. Oh, yeah, 2000. 2000 was it. Yeah, so I went there. They gave me a spot to perform my show on Sundays with all the newcomers and amateurs are, and I performed. My show went terribly wrong, but I did it. The music didn't start, so I was on the stage and a pose, and didn't start, and then the DJ. Back then we used CDs, right? So my CD was something wrong with CDs, like, Senor Ruiz, we don't find your music. The music is not playing. It's like, and I was like people cheering and whistling, and I was like my first performance. It was one of the worst moments in my life. That was hell. I was like, it was 300 people back then, and that was a congress in Berlin, the big one that it happens in September, that everybody knows. That congress there, and it was the first year, the first edition, and I was there. So it was very funny because I was panicking, but then I was like, hell no, this is not happening to me. And my dance partner was like, what do we do? I went on stage. It took like a couple minutes, and I was like, not what to do. And I went in front of the stage and started clapping a clave, blah, 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 blah. And I asked people to follow me, and they start clapping, and I start improvising. And then I started doing some ballet stuff and jazz stuff and pirouette stuff like that. People, what the hell is that? Because at the time it was not common, all these things was like a little bit too feminine for the Latin community, especially guys. And I was doing pirouette stuff like that in a rumba, and I mixed it like that. And suddenly the DJ said, "We have found your music." Okay, position, pa! And then I did the show. And people, clap because they like the attitude. So actually, when I started to do my own thing, when I push my classes and I work hard in my school, when I start to get more money with my students and make this thing grow. And I think that can happen to any of us when you face your fears and just push through it. I didn't know I have it in me, but I was, especially that moment in Berlin, I was like, shit, I gotta just do something because my music is not playing and the audience is like almost booing. And it was my first show ever. And in Europe, because in Guatemala I did shows as a kid and I performed many, yeah. But in Europe, in a congress, I was it. And I was like, I did the show, I came down, and it was my birthday on Saturday. So Super Mario took me by the hand. Hey, what's your name? Yeah.
It's my birthday.
Yeah. So Super Mario took me to the floor, put the birthday song. All the artists make a circle, and I dance with everybody. I get to know everybody. And backstage, Leon Rose, Super Mario, and Susana Montero. told me, hey, why don't you just do this? Why don't you just actually, you should be doing this. You should be dancing in Congress. You should be teaching. You should be like, what are you? I'm studying in the ballet school. Okay, perfect. You're already doing this. So, okay, if you really try and really work hard yourself, you can do this. You can be an international instructor. You can start going to Congress and perform. I mean, they saw something in me, and that stick to me. I went back home very happy with my head full of experience and everything like that. Back to the school. I think I didn't went to the school on Monday because I was Friday. I didn't went to school because I was like hangover stuff like that. So I was like, I skipped school. I was playing PlayStation and suddenly somebody called me, pling. And here, hi, this is the organizer of Congress in Hamburg, Germany. Oh, listen, I saw your performance in Berlin. We'd like to come to. Okay, yeah, and then somebody called from London, and somebody called like that, and I was like, I thought it was just once like that. Okay, I do it, but I didn't pay so much attention to that. I was focusing on my school, my studies, and trying to do better, and my salsa classes. So to tell you that story as a background, when things start turning different, better for me, when I start doing my own thing. And some of us are just not comfortable to follow orders or to go into one line. Everybody's different. And when I started my dance school, when I started to follow, okay, I'm gonna just start going to Congress, when I start training more salsa, like at the highest level to actually be at the stature of the artist, when I really start putting in the work, when I really follow my own way, even doing the school, that way things turn around.
Okay, man.
Follow
That's
your way, find your way, then follow it. Follow your way and do it. It's just, yeah.
okay.
I think that's generally for any of us can do this. So I don't think it's like something extraordinary, but yes, that was the turning point.
Okay, I understand that, man. So I guess it's easy to look back on things and maybe make it perceive like it was easy or not difficult,
Yeah,
man. But let me
I
ask you
wish.
this. Let me ask you this, man. You said you went from 0 students to 100 students in 1 year's time, and that is super incredible, man. Let me ask you this: for someone out there who is trying to build their own community, whether it be in dance or whether it be whatever it may be, man, what advice, what words of wisdom can you give them on building a an efficient, a popular community?
Number one, you have to be dancing for the right reasons. Because since I started it and I got involved 100% in the salsa community international, and when starting my school, I knew it was all the instructors. Of course, I get to meet them and everything. Some of them were friendly, some of them very hostile, and I was like, and I was giving advice. I mean, like, and there was a couple guys like 30, 40, 50 already teaching, and I was a kid giving advice like, and who is this kid and what do you think he is? Like, she's like, but why he has more skills than me? So I was like, I think you need to realize that people want to start something. You need to be serious about it. You need to realize why are you dancing, and this is actually a little problem, which I'm not really fan of how people do these things. And of course, I respect. I don't want to judge and criticize, but I need to understand why other people do this. And there's a lot of people start teaching and dancing for the wrong reasons, and that's why they don't grow. That's why they have nothing to give to the community, or have a small school, or have people that something nice, but it's mostly focused on them and it's for them. I think arts and culture, and actually this is from my beginnings and my family and where I come from. Actually, surrounded by culture, and I was very proud of my culture. And the culture and art is something that you give, not something that you use to get attention to yourself. I mean, instructors just want to be instructors just for the the attention, to have a status in around their friends, to get girls, especially, of course. And I understand all of that. But if you do that for yourself, to get attention to yourself, to raise yourself to a certain status that is mostly egocentric or for self gain, no matter how much you do, you will be able to have some level of success, but that's not gonna fly. In the long run, you will not grow. It's always people gonna be way better than you if you do that. So the advice for me is that find out why are you dancing. If you really have it in you, and you don't have, it's not about having natural talent. You can be, it's 10% talent, 90% work, but you have to focus actually, how am I going to do this and why, and build something that gives to people value, not only value for their money they pay, but realize also not only if they like it, and that's why they come to class, but why people dance. Focus about them, you giving it to them, that the customers, the visitors in your house, you're representing a culture. Doesn't matter if you're Latin or not. If you adopt that culture and you're gonna take it as a job, you have to show a little more level of respect, because this is not techno music, and total respect to the techno music fans and DJs and artists, but this is not something that you do on your computer. This is actually art and history of our Afro-Latin dances. That's the correct name, Afro-Latin dances. Since the Spanish people came and the fusion was born from Africa to the Caribbean, and the Caribbean to Latin America, United States, and the world. It has many years, it has a rich culture. And I think just taking likely just 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, go and teach and try to make a party. I think it doesn't matter, like I said, where you come from. That's actually a responsibility, because you are representing the culture of many people, from Mexico to the Caribbean, all the way to the tip of Chile. And that's something that people, so it's very important to focus on them, how you have to actually represent that culture very well, represent yourself very well. That's the one-on-one to start building something, and then the community will grow.
So let me ask you this. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, man, but I often hear why it is beneficial to understand the history and the culture of a dance. But let me ask you this. Say we have two dancers, dancer A and dancer B. They both go to the same school, put in the same amount of work, and we'll just say, hypothetically speaking, they are on the same skill level. One dancer pays no attention to the culture and the history, and the other dancer, pays attention to the culture and the history. Do you think there's going to be a difference is there any difference in the dancers besides their knowledge? Like, is one dancer going to be better just because they know the history and the culture? I don't know if you understand my question.
But, or somebody that is not in just teaching, just for fun.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually that's a very interesting, excellent question, and very complex answer. I don't want to make it so long, but this is the factor. Two people have the same education, same skill level, and are actually same development, and they're gonna go into do this. Is, for me, I can tell you, the one who has work ethic, the best with work ethic, the one who actually, we both know about the culture, but the one who give it the best, who transmitted the best. And this is, yes. Another thing, the one who takes the community, take care of the community. And the one actually to be able to do what he preaches. Because I can stay here talking about the culture the whole day, but look at my dancing. Really, it's just, I think so. So it's ethic and focus and direction, and how you connect with people, because this is a social endeavor, social dance is for the people. So how you connect with people. The guy has more successful, for example, is different factors. The guy who has more experience is the one who connects better with people, make people comfortable, and give their dance to them, dedicate themselves, devote themselves to actually be good at communication skills and actually bring that, transmit that, so that people can understand. The one who has better work ethics, now around going around having a school and doing students or changing student his girlfriends all the time, you have to respect your job. So that might mean morals and ethics. And you need to be able to be out there visible. So actually marketing is very important. You see, there is actually two types of marketing: the interactive and to the people where you connect, and then look at me, how good I am. Yeah, and both works. You see, but one is going to take you far away, more far away, and you're down the line than the other. You see, so I think that the one who does these factors I told you is the one who actually is going to have more success, more students, and it's gonna be have a more rich career.
I understand that. I
That's just
definitely
our
understand that.
experience. Our experience.
Okay. No, I understand that,
Yeah.
man. I definitely understand that. Let me ask you this real quick, man. You know, you've been dancing since you were a young child, man. Um, Tell me this. What are some lessons that you've learned from dancing that you're able to translate to your everyday life?
Discipline. 101 discipline. Number one, focus, direction. That's part of the discipline. That's it. I mean, without discipline, you can achieve anything. You cannot be serious about anything. You start and you quit halfway, or you don't even get started. Number one is that discipline. And because nobody, when you're a dancer, actually, you can have a coach, you can have a teacher, and very lucky those who actually have a teacher that's always behind pushing like that. But really, the work is a job. It's, it's self-development. Art make you a better human being. Discipline make you a better human being. And it's self-development. It's an inside job. If you don't have that in yourself, whenever your coach dies or just stop coaching you, you're going to fall apart. So that's actually where I apply the discipline and dedication. When things go bad, the show must go on. And like just dancing for me is a metaphor for life. You have to dance the music that is being played to you. You need to keep up the beat. You cannot fall back. The music is not going to wait for you, just like life. So these things I apply, and you need to be able to improvise. You don't know the song, especially you don't know the song, so you need to improvise. But you already dance a portion of the song, so you know what kind of song it is. You can always change your step and your moves at every moment. So that means we have a choice. That's the thing. Like in dancing, applied, you can apply in life. So that's like in me every day. And when you fall, you get up and continue dancing. Mistakes gonna be made, but it's not the mistake, it's how you get up and keep dancing that counts. So these things actually, these metaphors or these things I apply from dancing to my personal life, relationships, my everyday life, my daily routine. And you should need to be your own cheerleader. You need to actually be on your own side. Many of us dancers are very perfectionist, and I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. If you keep telling yourself that, you're gonna go anywhere. You're gonna slow down any good thing that you can achieve in life. You see, and it's easy to say it, but it's hard when things are happening to you. You see, and you can always choose to dance alone, or dance with many people, or just with one person. So these things I apply from the dancing to everyday life. Like for example, there's many more, but this just give example. Yeah.
Now you said some really good things, man. Of course, discipline, of course, in anything in life, man. I really I really like when you said, you have to be your own cheerleader, man. It's super, super
Important.
important. Very important, man. If you don't believe in yourself, then, why should anybody else, man? So very, very important, man.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why actually I'm really big in social media, because for me always have been, since Facebook started, YouTube started in 2006, 2007, Facebook came along, and then all these social media platforms. I don't know, maybe just me, my personality, but it seems like going around in social media and it's actually trying to suck for approval to other people. I'm in social media just because it's a easy way, modern way, and cheap, very cheap way to connect with people. I study marketing, so I know about marketing. I have my social media manager. I don't do my social media. I hate it. I don't like it. I don't have time for it. I think it doesn't serve me so well, other than actually marketing, because now I run a business and I took it serious. So it's okay to do that like that. Uh, I need to be up to the trend. I think it's important. You cannot fall back in that. You're going to be relevant. So all that comes along with the work, but I do it because of work. But don't go around seeking attention, or if people like me or like my picture or like my going around desperate like that, it's actually a waste of life. I think if you only do social media actually to get attention, to get be a pro people, you have a big problem. You need therapy, or you need help, because that's when you
That
dance. I
that's
don't.
a lot of
I
people right
dance.
now, man. That's a lot of people.
But I said it. You can sue me if you want, but I said it. I said it. I think so. It's a lot of people, especially the so-called influencers. Listen, we all human beings are influencers at some level, because every interaction with other person you influences. It's ripples in the water, especially when you can influence by inspiring people. You can influence by actually being negative influence, and touch other people with your comments, with your actions like that. You can be example. You can be a person that is not really apporting anything good. So we are at all levels influencers. Uh, but yes, uh, promotion and offers and nice pictures and nice videos. I like art, I like to show it, but it's mostly because I run a business. That's why, man, I have like 2,000 followers, and I don't care about that at all, because I dance. Number one, you have to do this for the right reasons. I dance for me. We should be dancing for ourselves first here, for us. And if you're okay with that, everything come out from us is going to be beneficial to anybody. You influence it in a good way, because you have to be genuine. And if some people don't think I'm a good dancer, or don't like my style, or maybe these guys, no, I like this one better, but that's life. There's always, you cannot go around try to change colors to please other people's preferences. This is it. But you see what you get. You don't get real about it. So the worst thing is actually when you fall career is trying to pleasing people. And when somebody comes to me, yeah, but this instructor dance better. Okay, go and learn from them. You see, so that's very. I have very strong meanings about it, and it's okay if you actually want to make a business out of being in social media, and the influencer is actually your goal is actually to make cash out of getting monetized by the platform. But you have to be something with value. You see, bring something with value, something actually beneficial, something smart, something actually lift the people's consciousness, or something, But go around in bikini, or just going around in or I don't know, doing stupid stunts on TikTok. I don't think that's really beneficial for humanity. It should move to another planet or something like that, or change. I don't know. I think that's stupid. It's just like such a waste of life. Young people today, oh my god, so useless. Why don't you just bring something? I mean, listen, if you want to show your body, you're proud of your body. We dancers, we this is our tool. Our body's our tool. So it's when we're in shape, we want to show it. You see, modeling is a form of art. Why not? I have some pictures like modeling, and I will keep doing it. I have to shoot next weekend. I might come up with some pictures here and there. I'm not criticizing that. If you're an artist, you're an artist. You see, but what's your focus? That determines everything. And that's with dancers. A lot of people just go around dancing here, dancing there for the wrong reasons, and that's not authentic. That's why they just, whenever they find a level that we can teach and show like that, they stay there. They don't keep growing. They are not really hungry about learning more about music, history, developing themselves. It's just attention. See?
Let me.
Long answer.
No worries, no worries. That's it was perfect, man. Let me ask you this, man. I know you're, a full-time dancer now, man. This is your job. You were a professional dancer, man. Tell me this. What are some things that people may not know about the life of a full-time dancer?
Number one is really they don't understand how much it takes to do this. This is not like get up in the morning, have my coffee, brush my teeth, and go 9 to 5 sitting down in an office. I'm not criticizing those. I'm not evaluating the importance of any office work or any other job. But the thing is that there's difference is that you work with a computer and you talk to people. In professional dancing, the biggest challenge is yourself. You need to work on yourself. That's, for me, that's harder than any office work or any hard boss interaction you can have or any busy schedule you can have. Just that the toughest thing is actually you need to look at yourself in the mirror and says like, this is my body, this is how much I know, I need to work on myself. That's the toughest thing. That's what the people don't understand. Another thing that people they say is like when they see me in the classes having fun and everything, if I'm smiling, it's like it has to be like a party because this is folk dance. If I'm doing jazz and ballet, it's totally different mindset, and it's like tough, hard work, and it's like has to be full out soldier kind of, yeah. But people understand. I see me dancing like, is that a job really? Here in Norway, what some people ask me when they meet, especially older people. It's like, hi, my name is Jazzy Ruiz. I'm like, yeah, I'm a dancer. Ah, yeah, I saw you dancing. Yes, nice show. Yeah, yeah. And so, what do you do for a living? I'm a professional dancer. So, yeah, but what's your real job? So they don't understand that this can be a job, but you have to actually put all the elements in the question. You need to work on this. That's the toughest thing. They don't understand. You see, do you own your own? You can be your own brand. You selling part of yourself, part of your culture is you. You're giving yourself to them, and that's really tough. They don't understand that the hours it takes one show. You can be working on that for 6 months. How many hours takes to actually prepare a class? One class. If you're really professional, you go to the studio, you prepare your material. You choose the music, you choose the step according to the level, and you prepare like that. You have, if you are 8 weeks, I do 8 weeks course here. So my beginner is gonna start here. I know exactly what they're gonna learn each class, and I have a system. I develop my own system, my own exercise, especially for Norwegian people, and that takes hours. You see, so. To teaching here in Norway is like this. Salsa doesn't come from here. They are not connected to that. They like skiing, country music, or heavy metal and rock. It's a small community, bigger, heavier hip hop community. Shout out to you guys. They are very good friends of mine. Uh, but they are not connected, and it's ignorance. You see, that's another challenge that the people don't understand that it's actually it's another culture. They're not learning how to techno, or how to just I don't know how to make food. This is they don't understand how actually the barrier that takes to actually to to break it and actually transmit the knowledge to them. Yeah. So they don't understand working on your body. You have to work out. You have to take time to prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, and the energy that I take. Sometimes I teach 3 hours and I'm totally exhausted because people suck energy out of me. They come from their own problem, their own energy. So you need to have the stronger energy to influence and raise the level, the vibe in the class. When everybody's like, especially in the winter now, they're like, lifeless, like zombies. Yeah, I understand we are people. But that's why they come also, because they want to have that little piece of the Caribbean, in their lives and move. So that's what people don't understand, that the real work is working you. That's the toughest challenge. Facing yourself. That's the toughest challenge, I think.
I think I understand that, man, because you don't really have somebody who's telling you what you need to do or who's giving you deadlines, who's giving you pressure. You really have to push yourself to accomplish whatever it is that you need to do that day. So I definitely understand why that can be difficult, man. You definitely do.
But I think it's very important that to do things, even the things that are hard and that you don't like to do them like you love them. And suddenly your brain and you start to actually go into a new perspective where actually you enjoy the hardships or the difficult parts of it, and you become kind of resistant to that. It doesn't affect you in the long time. And it's very important you try different things, what works and don't work. Yeah, that's also a very important part.
Let me we spoke on it earlier, man. You opened your Latin social club back in '99, man. And you gathered 100 students, and I'm pretty sure it's probably only increased since that time. Let me ask you this: for somebody out there who is an aspiring dance school owner, or they want to just they want to run their own dance school, man. What advice, what words of wisdom, what does it take, what is required, how do they get to where you are at currently?
Yeah. Where I'm currently right now, in relation to what is the mainstream, you see people, the artists are very active in doing shows, stuff like that right now. And in relation to congresses, I a little bit slowed down because I want to focus since 2013, 14, and start slow down and focus more on building a solid base on my school, because I have to realize it. Because I was dancing salsa shows. Let's focus only the salsa part of the career. Since 19, I went international. The highest point was until 2010, 12. I was traveling every weekend, every like that. The new people today don't know me because I'm kind of vintage. I'm like one of the first guys on the first congress in Europe, so that's fine. But to get to a point where you have a successful career where you're a performer, be complete. That's actually number one. Work to be complete. If you really want to take it as a job, as a career, let's say, be complete. Educate yourself to be a good dancer. Work with your body. Study. Always improve. And very important, bring something new. Take some steps. Make it your way. Pick and hear. Maybe the self song. Make it a remix. You have to be you, because every other place is taken, and it's very important. You have to discover a formula that works, that actually identify you from the bunch. You cannot go around just copy things and just repeating what everybody is doing. So number one, you gotta be you. You gotta be you. You have to come up with your own recipe, your own formula. You see? And it's not is the successful dancer that is gonna have more work. It's not actually the best dancers, technically. It's actually the ones who have something new to bring to the table that makes you unique and something new to bring or something different, your own twist to things, you see. So that's actually, when you come to a market, make sure that actually you found that, able to give it to people. To get there also requires, of course, be humble. Be humble and pay homage to people who have done it before you. We wouldn't be here without the dancers that did it in the 40s and the 60s, without Eddie Torres. Be humble and recognize it. Most of everything is already created and done, but you can actually find your own definition of it. See, that will take you somewhere than just going around copycat. Yes? Humble to learn. That's also take you further, because you're gonna grow. Look for growth all the time. And when you have success, remember that's temporary. As long as you failures, that's temporary. That's gonna pass. that glory moments, and when you're hot on social media or you're a lot of congress, that's gonna pass. So whatever you see, for example, what I do, and I suggest a lot of people should do that. I see a good dancer that I know it is serious, that you can see this genuine, has really a substance and value that really trained, has a philosophy behind it, education behind it, has a really complete, the mindset. Then if he's better than me, I'm gonna go, hey, bro, give me some privates. How do you do that? If I have something to offer you, we can exchange. If not, how much is the hour? To my other colleagues, especially international, I don't go around, we're friends, I know them for a long time, 21 years. I'm not going around asking me, we're bros, give me a discount. No, I'm going to pay your work because I know how much it takes. It's tears, blood, and sweat. So be humble. Keep always focusing on growing. Find yourself, your image in dance that is genuine. You see? And never, because it's a very competitive arena, so you don't have to put nobody down in order to just lift up. You want to lift up, just work hard on yourself. You see, that's actually ethics. The rest is just spend time dancing alone. Feel comfortable with it. You don't have to have always a teacher. You don't have to have always a group or your dance partner. The dance comes from you, so you have to focus on you. Yeah. Very important. Be good at building relations and connect with people. Very important. You're gonna grow a school. Number one, have a system, have a method, system that works. That actually you're not standing there 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 people not learning. The best ambassadors for instructors is their own students. The result of yourself is going to speak for yourself. How really good you are, and try to balance two things: your teaching and your level of dancing. And that's actually almost impossible, but actually we can strive to be in that balance, because that I know so many great dancers that I just don't have in themselves to be instructors. They just don't know. Their brains are not there, their personality is not there. They just don't transmit at all. They cannot connect with people, or have no system, no pedagogy. You just 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, do it. And the students are going to learn like that. And there's some amazing instructors that actually don't really have the potential to become a really good dancer for many reasons, whatever that be.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. Yeah, not
Very
every.
important.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll let you continue. But yeah, not every good dancer, it does not automatically equate to a good instructor, a good teacher.
Exactly.
Teaching is a skill in and of itself. So I understand that.
Yeah, and that's actually a good advice. To get a long career, you need to focus that. You need to realize that, okay, I'm still young, and my body can work. Working your body, try to explore the full potential of and challenge yourself to do things more than you are doing right now. Like, and see yourself like, okay, I want to dance this, I want to dance like that. Get into competitions. Let's see, get your ass beaten by other people. Let's see if that don't get you up. Really, go ahead. You know what I did? This is only like this. Actually, it sounds crazy, but in Norway, really, I don't have so much people to learn from. I mean, in salsa and Latin dance, nobody. I wish I could be like in Italy, when you have all these great dancers and you can, challenge yourself and be a healthy competition, or like see different people that are better than you, so I can try and just take classes. Nothing here. It's a lot of Norway always having a lot of isolated, because it's just in the North Pole, and nobody really wants to come here because it's a small country, 5.4 million people, very little culture and Latin dance. It's big now, but it's not compared. You can compare it to other countries, of course. It's still small, and always a big small. And people don't come here because it's too expensive. So either you get a good work here, or just don't live here, because you're not going to make it. So the thing is that, yeah, what was I saying again? What was the question?
Well, we were discussing, advice on running a dance school, but yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Uh,
again, say again. Let's
oh,
break the sound a little bit. That's the sound. That's why maybe I didn't understand the question again.
I know. We were discussing advice on running a dance school.
Yes, the advice of those from the dance school is very simple. You need to have the three more physical factors. You need to have a good place to teach. Number one, you can. Second, you can do socials when people can interact. Very important. Make it nice, make it safe, make it organize it very well. You don't have to be the big thing. Make a weekly social. Do things for the community. See, connect DJ. I see a DJ over there that is playing. Hey, listen, you want to work for me? Are you serious? Ta, ta, ta. Invite you to my social. Have guests. That's good. That's a lot of people do that. Now it's mainstream, but it's like a lot of people don't understand. You just go around with promoting and teaching. That's not gonna cut it. Do something for your community. So make socials, make events. Once or twice a month, you do a weekend. Invite one of some of your colleagues or people you know that are actually gonna bring value to your school. Don't invite somebody just because he's famous. That's. I mean, for me, is the stupidest thing you can do. Just because he's famous. Organizers of congress do it because they know if the dancer is popular, they're gonna fill their seats, they're gonna sell passes. That's just a business. But that doesn't impress me at all. You famous doesn't mean you're the best, and the best doesn't exist. By the way, that's just a matter of perspective, preference, and taste. Nobody is actually the best. I mean, this guy is hot and popular, and he's gonna sell passes. That's it. I see him dance, I see better. But you're popular now. Squeeze the moment. It's gonna pass. See, so that's the things. Connect with people, invite guests, invite DJs that have a social, have events. Um, Very important. A school like that will grow only if you have good people around you. Make sure that you're very, very careful who you give the opportunity to come into your circle as an instructor teaching your school. You have to be very careful because a lot of people there, they tell you, I want to dance, and they tell you all the sweetest things for you to give them a chance. Once you open the door and they got in, it's very hard to kick them out. And they are there not for actually being a team player, they're there for their own interest. And once they get what they actually want from you, or they use you as a stepping stone to just like that happens all the time. It's nothing new, but it can really damage your school. And part of actually having a dance school, how to build a dance school, is actually you have to good people. You have to surround with people with a little bit of the same vision and direction than you. And as if you're going to be a leader of dance school, very important. You have to be good actually selling your vision to the people, that they believe in the same idea. Why are they there? You see, same vision about how to teach and why are they teaching. If you have a similar, everybody has different interests, but a similar, everybody gonna work in the same direction, and that school gonna grow. They're gonna teach in the same standard, the same quality. You see, and if you have like, I don't know, I used to have like 18 students. Now because of the pandemic I have only 14, but all the people taking classes with my instructors, we feel that the quality is the same. They still learn. There's nobody is the starter. You know what I say to my instructors, and it's something like it's very much how the leader of the school, the founder of the school, put things in order, and how the profile actually. I said to my instructors, you guys don't work for me. I work for you. It's a platform to actually enhance your talent, your skills, a place where you actually use a stepping stone for you to actually be stable and grow. If you have that kind of philosophy, it brings value, things gonna go your way. And people might, people move on. Some people are like, no, I'm not dancing anymore. I'm going to have all the perspective, all the wishes, all the goals. That's fine. But you do have a solid base, you see, in teaching. Focus on quality. I mean, my instructors wear uniforms, or in black with the logo, I don't want any instructor coming in jeans and t-shirt like they went to the beach. That's not serious. You see, if you have previously professional dancer, you should learn the system of my school, the teaching system of my school. If you are not professional dancer and you're amateur, you should learn extra how to teach a system of my school. If not, you don't get a job. And I give him a little test periods always, and I make a contract. You should be able to contract. Don't just get somebody that dance with you. It's my friend. It can be your best buddy, but business is business. You cannot mix it. If you're gonna grow, you need to be serious about it. Do things right. Get a contract. I give you a period of 6 months trial. Come in my school and teach. Let's see how you do things. And after 6 months, you can leave. Okay, I don't feel comfortable here, or I can tell you, sorry, you suck. Out. Period. I mean, you got to be nice, but you got to be real. Never, you cannot sugarcoat things that actually need to be spoke clear with people. A lot of the things, the problem that a school can have, and that's why it doesn't grow, is people are not on the same page. Everybody's doing whatever they want, they're teaching whatever they want. Look at me, I am teaching this. Look at me like that. It's a lot of show off. Then you should be a teacher. You want to show, get work, get a costume, get up on the stage. Let's play some of that. But then there in school, you focus on your students. You see? And people do both. They mix these things, and that destroys the school. So be very important who you let in your school and discover, really analyze why are they there? Why are they going to teach with you? And how long these people going to last? Because changing instructors is another thing that you shouldn't do. Change instructors all the time. That's not good. That's totally not good. You need to make the customer, the student, be attached to the students, attached to you, that actually feel a safe place, that it become like a family. If you give that, people stick to it. I have students that been here for the 20 years I've been. Some people still taking classes this season right now, this week, 17 years. And they come and go, but stay always. There's a reason for that. You see, build a core. If you have a good team, you have a good school.
Okay, I understand that. I definitely do, man. Let me ask you this final question, man. Can you give me one tip that can make anyone a better dancer immediately?
There's no shortcuts for that. There's not really shortcuts for that. Better dancer. I can give you shortcuts to actually improve the speed of how it's going to develop immediately like that. You can have hacks and a system how you can improve faster. But like immediately, like having fast results, it depends of your consistency. Everything is consistency. Really. Like I myself, I don't feel like training enough, and I train 5-6 times a week. I barely have a dance that I don't dance. For example, today I don't think I'm gonna dance because the only reason is like I need to do some office work after I finish the podcast, and I need to clean my apartment, and I need to eat. I need to sleep. But consistency. So challenge yourself. I never suggest that. One of the things that are actually gonna make dumb down your dance is like just watching videos on Instagram or YouTube to learn. You know what? Why don't you just pay a tutorial, an online class? If you're not able, you have a dancer or an instructor that you like, pay an online class and pay a course and get the computer in your living room and work on it. You see, you have a vision how you're gonna dance. We all fantasize as seeing ourselves with our favorite song, dancing like they looking like that, and a lot of dancers do that. I did. Yeah, I always do that. And so it's not fantasy. You can do that. You have 2 feet, two arms, and a head that works. You're not handicapped. You can do that. You see, so consistency and never lose the focus of how you gonna look. Where is the goal? Keep your eye. How you gonna get there is really not so much important. But just focus on the ball. Take classes. Yeah? Take classes. Keep yourself a schedule and you're busy. If you're a dancer and have another job but you dance and you're serious about it, make a schedule. Never skip a day of dancing. and keep improving. Dance alone. Take classes. Take study. Collect music. This dance comes from the music. The music should tell you how to move. So take music. Collect music. It's very nice actually if you understand. You have a little music understanding how salsa is as a music. A little bit of what is a tumbao, what is a clave, how the structure of a song, because it has a very definitive structure. Be good at dancing different genres or different subgenres of Latin dance. Learn pachanga, boogaloo, cha-cha-cha, dance on one, dance on two. Afro-Cuban, that's one of the most difficult things. It's just like ballet. It takes so many years to master. Learn the roots. Learn the roots. Do some rumba. And if you're gonna learn bachata, first learn the original traditional bachata, and then you jump into sensual. You need to have a base. Work on your basics. A lot of people, you know what? Today they don't grow so much. They look the same all the time. They've been dancing for many years, but they don't improve. Why? Because they actually focus on learning the last turns or the last spins or the last tricks and everything like that. And you see their basics. The basics are horrible. They can think they can do a basic just because they can step forward and back with the left in front, the right back. You see? Improve your basics. Study. Music and dance. Take classes. And have a routine. Either you will go and take class somewhere or have a routine when you dance alone. That's like it. That's number one. And other things that can help you have a good diet. Very important to actually enhance your body, enhance your abilities. You work with your body, so you need to actually do strength, exercise, and flexibility. A dancer has to be flexible but strong. You're gonna be like all pumped like this for the muscle. You're gonna be a spaghetti. You don't have that. That balance is hard. Go to the gym. Have a good diet. Actually, keep you in shape. You see, and it doesn't take so much. It just takes consistency. Have a plan. Make a plan. I, for example, this January I started training January 3rd, and I think it's late. I normally train from the 1st. I want to actually, you see, if I skip 2-3 days dances, I feel it. I feel heavy. I feel like a lack of energy. I'm like, I need to move. I mean, I don't watch TV. I have a TV, I don't use it. I watch podcast documentaries. That's my thing. Like something interesting, something learning. And I watch dance competitions and dance programs. I watch some of the videos of my colleagues for the simple reason that it's inspiration. And if they're using a song in the show, I don't want to use the same song. I don't want to use the song because that's taken, especially somebody famous. I don't want to go touch that song. Or they're doing the last show, I follow the career. Wow, they're improving, they're inspirational. They're doing this trick or this turn. I try to stay away from that and do something different because I sometimes, two good minds things alike. So, but keep yourself inspired and don't wait on motivation to do things. Some days we're gonna feel tired and like I don't want to train. I trained yesterday. I have pain my body. You know what? Never depend motivation to do anything in your life because motivation is never there when you need it. Have a system. The 3rd January, I did a sheet like this with a pen, and I did my schedule. Here, getting up, getting ready, morning routine, go to the gym, 3 hours dancing, teaching, go home. That's my Monday to Thursday. And stay consistent. It takes time to become a good dancer. You just know if you want to be a quality dancer, it takes time. The people actually to achieve that is people who want it the most. How much you want it. Because a lot of people like, I want to dance and I look cool and everything, but don't want to put the hours in the work for that. And they just give up halfway. So maybe just stay as a hobby dancer then. Hobby dancer and don't teach and yeah. Go to social dance. Join a student team in a school and dance. If you want to have a little piece of glory, 3 minutes on the stage. That's it. Mm-hmm.
All right, man. I appreciate it. You said a lot of things, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I wanna thank you, Mr. Ruiz, for taking time out here to talk to you, sir. I really appreciate that.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mrs. Terrence. And from Guam, all the way from Guam. Listen, that place looks amazing.
Hey.
I would love to visit one day. It has a lot of Spanish heritage there. The beach looks amazing.
Yeah.
Here is full of snow, and you are in paradise there.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's amazing. So yes, I think you're an amazing interviewer. You have always very smart, good questions. I miss is on the podcast, and I'm happy that I got the opportunity to actually share a little bit of my experience and what had been part of my life and my career. And I hope is some of that is actually resonates with other people and actually just give a little bit of perspective and yeah,
Yeah.
things, one or two things that they can tell for themselves. And if I can apport to something, it would be, yeah, actually very, very, very nice. I'm looking forward to see more of your work
Hey.
and more interview with some of the artists. Yes.
Tell me this. Tell me this real quick before I let you go. Do you have any upcoming events? Anything you want to plug? Anything you want to share?
Yes, normally I don't like to disclose my plans because if I disclose that ruins everything. But my focus is like yes. I have some invitations to go international events, but I pick very carefully. As after the pandemic is a lot of stuff out there for everybody that's in dancing in the international scene. But yes, I'm gonna go to some festivals. I'm gonna pick very carefully. It's not about quantity, but about quality. And listen, I have one of the reasons why congresses is by in the last 5 6 years it started just meaning less and less for me because I built the company and I have my living here. I don't depend on money for that. People don't have a school are totally desperate trying to get into some congress, and I understand that. So I'm gonna do some few events where I can teach and some do shows. I'm coming up with two new shows. One only shines in Mambo and one Salsa on Two show with my dance partner. Yes, I'm coming up with that. I am organizing my salsa event. I hope it happens because of the pandemic. Now it looks like it's going to be okay. In May is the Salsa Nordic experience, the Nordic Salsa experience. Salsa Nordic is the biggest event here in Norway. It's going to be in May 21st, 22nd, I think. And that's the big thing. I'm organizing the Norwegian Championship in Salsa, in Bachata. That's something that's coming up together with the Norwegian Dance Federation. And now I just looking forward to open my school full without restriction and stuff like that, so everybody can just come and dance. Going back to do my socials, I have a legendary social, one of the oldest, maybe the oldest social here in Norway. That is on Mondays. Monday Salsa Social. That is have been here for 18 years. Yes, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, and keep learning, keep developing. Yeah, so much I cannot do, and I want to learn.
Okay. And last thing, how can people reach out to you? I know you kind of hate social media, but how can people reach out to you? How can they get in contact with you?
Social media. That's why I have it to get in touch, to get connect with people. It's like no, not really. My social media manager is the one who actually is expert to do videos. I like to do videos like that. You need to show. Listen, as a marketer, I can tell you, if you don't show, you don't sell. So I gotta put myself out there, even though but personally, I don't like it. But social media, Jazzy Ruiz, Jazzy.Ruiz on the line dance. Salsakompaniet is also companiet with K and Niet in the end. Salsakompaniet in Norway. You can use salsa in Norway in Google and you find me for sure. Facebook, Jazzy Ruiz, that can reach me. My phone, I don't disclose it, but you can film it in social media there and by the website. I do teach many different styles. I really like to dance different styles, and I am focusing on learning more. And I try to bring my experience to the dance floor. What I have. No, I'm following my own path and my own development. I'm not looking forward to try to be better than anybody or just be more than I can be. You just have to. It's very good to put my feet on the floor. Keep it there. Yeah, we cannot fly yet by ourselves. So we're gonna wait for it. You see, that way people can reach me. And if you pass by Scandinavia, or any organizers who wants to cooperate with me, I believe very much serious cooperation, mutual benefit, and that's very important because that makes the scene grow. Uh, and it's something with value that actually can enhance our community. I'm in it.
Hey, that
Yes,
sounds
Mr.
perfect.
Terrence.
That sounds
Yes.
perfect.
And what let me ask you before we go. Your plans with Latin dance.
My
Where's
plan.
it going? What's your focus? What keeps you?
Uh, I'll be honest with you, man. I moved to Guam in 2020, and they have zero Latin dancing here. So I have not danced salsa, bachata, kizomba in the past 2 years, man. I'll be so honest with you.
You haven't done so much. No, it's nothing there.
I have not.
It's not even a club or something, a Latin club there.
I've looked around, man, and I guess the pandemic, COVID, kind of effed everything up, man. So there is
Yeah.
no club here. I've told you earlier. I think I did. I'm trying to start
Yeah.
my own club. I need to go ahead and do it. I need to go ahead and do that. But
You should. You
yeah.
should. You should.
And I miss it. I mean, actually, I miss it, man. I haven't danced in 2 years. I mean, actually, I've not danced in 2 years. I haven't social danced. I haven't social
Social.
danced in 2 years. Yeah. So I miss
But
it, man.
anybody, I totally understand. I totally understand. That's like, I mean, it happens to me like that. I cannot have any dance club, something like that. I go crazy.
Oh, man.
But is there any other peers of yours or friends that actually I like Latin dance and they're like,
So I'm in the
you should,
military.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm in the military. I think
yeah,
I told you this. Yeah. I'm positive there are military members who dance. I just have not met them. And so I just need to go ahead and start this group. I tried to do it and I got deterred by the owners at a specific place. But I just gotta
yeah.
keep going at it. I gotta keep going at it.
Why don't you find like a private place, somebody's apartment or somebody's like a garage or something like that? You get some of the people and just start teaching them what you know, and then playing, and then you just make a social out of it a night where it can be 6 people, 10 people, who knows, and
It's,
you
it's
start like
better
that,
than it's better than nothing. I'll tell
It,
you that.
it better than nothing. It's like you have to start somewhere. I mean, and listen, one match in a dark
Okay.
room,
All right.
one it can all the darkness goes. You can actually one person who started like that, it just spreads like wildfire because this Latin dance and the connection that brings actually touch every person. If you're a human being, it's gonna touch you somehow. It's something that actually appeals to if you're a person, you're a human. So it's I think you got it. I mean, you've been dancing. You have dance experience, so
Of course. Of course.
I want to see you, for example, just group of friends that teaching bachata, tonki sombar, your some salsa, or whatever you like, and make it once a week. Let's meet and bring something to drink or something to eat, and like we dance and socialize like that. They just like keep it to
Yeah,
warm
it's
up a little.
right. It seems super
It might
easy.
be very tough, but just I'm just putting out there. But it might be difficult because you are actually in the military, and I understand that's actually you are doing a service there, and that's a very noble, wonderful thing that you're doing for your country. It's it's so important mission that. But nevertheless, you have some free time actually to actually do your thing because you are connected. You're dancer and not doing that is gonna if you do that it's gonna improve a little bit your stay there. I think so.
Of
Find
course.
a club. Find
I
a
got
club. Make a
yeah.
I don't know.
I'll make the club. I will, man. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, Mr. Reese, man, I want to thank you so much, man. I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation with you.
Thank you very much, Terence, for having me. I appreciate the opportunity, and I hope we can actually talk in the future as well.
Of course.
And anything you need here, you know where to find me.
Hey,
And I would love to see you one day in a salsa festival somewhere. That would be very cool. Gonna have a social
hey,
dance there.
I'm gonna come to Norway. I'm gonna come to Norway. I'm gonna come to your school. I'm gonna come check it out.
Anytime you pass by Europe, Scandinavia, for sure you'll be my guest. And here we have a lot to share with you. Okay.
Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. All the best to you. And
Hey,
thank you for the opportunity. Have a good one and keep in touch.
hey, all right,
And
Mr. Reese.
keep dancing.
Hey.
Keep dancing. All right. Don't let it
Ah.
be. Okay.
All
Take
right,
care.
Mr.
Thank you.
Reese. Yes,
Appreciate it.
sir. Yes.